Hello friends, this is Gangadhar from Dimensions to discuss the quantitative questions from the RRB based Minds 5. See, the series questions are from 61 to 65. We need to find out the wrong number of the series. Coming to 61st one, the given numbers are like this. To find out the wrong one, we need to observe the pattern involved in it. For that, you just observe the differences. The difference between 4 and 7 is 4 and 11 is 7. And then coming to the difference between 11 and 36 is 25, and the difference between 36 and 96 is 60. Whereas coming to the difference between 96 and 218, 118 plus 4, that means 122. Then the difference between 429 and 218, 9 minus 8 is 1, 2 minus 1 is 1, 4 minus 2 is 2, 211. Okay, so now if you observe, this 7 can be expressed as 2 cube minus 1. Okay, whereas this 25 has to be expressed like 3 cube minus 2, 27 minus 2. This is 2 cube minus 1, this is 3 cube minus 2, and coming to here, this 216 is nothing but 6 cube minus 5. Okay, this 216 is 6 cube minus 5, whereas this is 6 cube minus 5, 3 cube minus 2, 2 cube minus 1. These two numbers must be of the form 4 cube minus 3, 5 cube minus 4. 4 cube minus 3 is 64 minus 3 61. So it must be 61, but it is 60. Since it is wrong, corresponds to this 96 is the wrong one. If it is 4 cube minus 3, 64 minus 3 61. If it is 61, then that number is 97. So instead of 97, it is given that 96. So the wrong number of the series is 96. Okay. Here the differences of the numbers is of the format a perfect cube minus its previous number, like 2 cube minus 1, 3 cube minus 2, 4 cube minus 3, like this. Okay. Then coming to 62nd problem. Whereas coming to 62nd problem, the given numbers are like this. So if you take 68, this 68 minus 5 is 63. That 63 into 2 is 126. Okay. But it is given as 127. Now, if you apply the same pattern, 126, okay, minus 15 into 3. 126 minus 15 is 111 into 3 is 333. 3, okay. And the next one, 333 minus 25 into 4. Okay. 333 minus 25 into 4 will give us the next number. Like that it continues. Okay. So, the pattern fails at this 127. So, instead of 126, it is given as 127. So, wrong number of the series is 127. There ends that 62nd. Whereas coming to 63rd problem, to find out the wrong one of the series, you just took the differences. The difference between 14 and 17 is 3. And then the difference between 17 and 35. 17 and 35, it is 18. Okay. And then coming to the difference between 35 and 83. 13 minus 5 is 8. Okay, 7 minus 3 is 4, 48. Coming to here, the difference is 8 minus 3 is 5, 18 minus 8 is 10. And the difference, 9 minus 8 is 1, 7 minus 8 is 1, 3 minus 1 is 2. This is the difference. These are the differences. And if you observe, okay, this 3 can be expressed as 2 cube minus 5. 2 cube minus 5, 8 minus 5 is 3. And whereas coming for this 18, okay, we need to express this 18 as 3 cube minus 10. Whereas 3 cube minus 10 is 17, but it is given as 18. Okay. And then next term will be, see if you check this 105 can be expressed as like 5 cube minus 20. 125 minus 20. And then next one is 6 cube, 216. Okay, minus 25. See, if you check the differences, right, 9 minus 8 is 1, and then it is 7. Okay, this number is not 211. This is 191. That was 6 cube minus 25. See, the differences are 2 cube minus 5, 5 cube minus 20, 6 cube minus 25. So surely these differences must be like 3 cube minus 10 and 4 cube minus 15. Since this is the wrong, its corresponding term 35 is the wrong term of the series. So the wrong one of the series is 35. If you correct it to 3 cube minus 10 like to 17, then your term is 34. Instead of 34, it is given as 35. Okay, there ends the 63rd problem. Then coming to 64. Okay, To find out the next number of the series, we need to multiply with 3 by 2. 1248 into 3 by 2 will give us the next number. And then this 1872 into 5 by 2 will give us the next number. And into 7 by 2 will give us the next number. And into 9 by 2 has to be the next number, but it is given as 73712. Which one is the wrong one? So you just multiply this number with 9 by 2 to get the correct answer. Okay, so your wrong number of the series is this one. Then coming to 65, 36, you just multiply 36 with half. 36 into 1 by 2 is 18 plus 2 is 20. And then 20 into 2 is 40 plus 4 is 44. And then 44 into 1 by 2 is 22 plus 6 is 28. And then this 28 into 2 is 56. 56 plus 8 is 64. And then 64 into 1 by 2 is 32 plus 10 is 42, but it is given as 40. So wrong number of the series is 40. After the completion of these 5 series questions, we need to answer the questions from the 41 onwards, the usual questions, right? Then coming to the 41st problem. For 41st one, it is given that of 4 numbers whose average is 60, the first one is 1/4 of the sum of the last 3. The first number is. So given that the average of the 4 numbers is 40. Okay, so the sum of the average of the 4 numbers is given as 60. So sum of those 4 numbers is nothing but 4 into 60. And they also mentioned that 1/4 of the sum of the last 3. That means sum of the 1/4 of this sum is equals to the first one. That means B plus C plus D is equals to 4A. Okay, if you combine these two, replacing B plus C plus D with 4A, you have that 5A is equals to 4 into 60. 5 12s, 12 4s is 48. That was the first term. Okay, then coming to 42nd problem. Ajay started a business investing 60,000. After 6 months, Shahrukh joined with him at an amount of 1,40,000. After 1 year, Naveen also joined them with 1,20,000. After 2 years, the business yielded a total profit of 4,50,000. What is the share of Shahrukh in the profit? See, the first person, Ajay, invested 60,000 for the total term of the business. That means 60,000 for the 24 months. Whereas the second person joined after 6 months. That means Shahrukh invested 140,000 for a period of 18 months. After 6 months, he joined. And the third person, Naveen, invested 1,20,000 after 1 year. So he invested in the business for 12 months. Okay, this ratio represents the ratio of investments. From this, we can calculate the ratio of that is equals to the ratio of the profits. See, simplified. So 0 will get cancelled. And after the do cancellation with 6, okay, 6 3 is 18 and 6 2 is 12. Okay, and then you just do with this is 3 6. Okay, 6 4 is 24. So ఇక్కడ 14 3 is 42 కాబట్టి 6 7 is 42 and then 6 2s. So finally the ratio is 4 is to 7 is to 4. Okay, in this ratio they have to divide the profits amata. The total profit is 4,50,000. We are going to calculate the share of Shahrukh, that means the middle person. So the share of the Shahrukh is nothing but 7 divided by 4 plus 7 plus 4, which is 15 into 4,50,000. Okay, on simplification you found the exact share of the Shahrukh as 2,10,000. Okay, there ends 42nd problem. Then coming to the 43rd problem. For 43rd problem, it is given that running at the same constant rate, 6 identical machines can produce a total of 180 bottles per hour. How many bottles could 15 machines produce in 30 minutes? Okay, as per the problem, it is given that 6 machines will produce 180 bottles in 1 hour. Okay, in 1 hour, 6 machines produce 180 bottles. Okay, then 1 machine will produce by 60. That means 30 bottles in 1 hour. In 1 hour, 1 machine produce 30 bottles. What about 15 machines? 15 machines will produce 15 into 3, 450 bottles in 1 hour. In 1 hour, 15 machines produce 450 bottles. So in half an hour, 15 machines produce 450 by 2, 225 bottles. And that was your answer. Okay. Then coming to 44th problem. For the 44th problem, simple interest for the sum of 2,000 rupees is 20 in 3 years and 50 in 6 years. Find the rate of simple interest. Okay. In one situation, the simple interest on 2000 rupees for 3 years is 20. And in the other situation, the simple interest on 2000 rupees for 6 years is 50. Okay. Find the rate of simple interest. We need to calculate the rate of simple interest. In both the cases, rate is same. Okay. So we have the rule that I2 minus I1 is equals to, since principal is fixed, rate is fixed, but the time is changed, T2 minus T1 by 100. See, the difference between the interest amounts is given as 50 minus 20, which is 30. Whereas the principal amount is 2000. Rate of interest we need to calculate. T2 minus T1. 6 years and 3 years. The difference is again 3 divided by 100. So it's 2 zeros, 1 more 0, 3, and R is equals to 1 by 2. So as per the situational problem, the rate of interest is 0.5%. Okay. There ends 44th problem. Then coming to 45th problem, it is given that what will be the present worth of 250 rupees due in 2 years at 4% per annum compound interest. Okay. See, present worth of 250 rupees due in 2 years at 4% compound interest. Okay. See, previously if it is suppose X and it is increased by 10% per annum for 2 years, then the final amount will be 250. From there we need to calculate the value of X. Okay. So from there X is equals to 250 into 100 square. See, the rate of interest is given as 4%. It is not 10. So 4 by 100. So 100 square by 104 square. On simplification of this, you will get the value. Okay. There ends at 45. Then coming to 46th problem. Razu, Riaz and Venki can do a piece of work in 12, 16 and 24 days respectively. If they complete the work together and get an amount of 2700 rupees, then what is the share of Riaz in that amount? See, amount is divided between the persons as per their capacities. The capacity of a person can be calculated by their 1 day work. Okay, the number of days are mentioned, then their capacities is nothing but the number of ratio between the number of 1 day works, and 1 day works are 1 by 12, 1 by 16 and 1 by 24. If you multiply everything with 48, 12 fours, 16 threes, 24 twos is the ratio. In this ratio, we need to divide the amount. So they asked us to calculate the share of Riaz, the middle person. So his share is 3 by 4 plus 3 plus 2, 9. 3 by 9 parts of the given amount, 2700 is the share of Riaz. Okay. There ends 46. Then coming to 47. It is given that two trains 70 meters and 90 meters are moving in the opposite directions at 10 meters per second and 60 meters per second respectively. Find the time taken with the trains to cross each other. Time taken with the trains to cross each other can be derived by the rule that L1 plus L2 by the relative speed. Here the sum of the lengths is 70 plus 90. The relative speed is also the sum of the speeds 10 plus 6. So on simplifying this, you will get the time required to cross each other. Okay. There ends 47. Coming to 48th problem, it is given that two numbers are respectively 20% and 50% more than a third number. These two numbers are in the ratio. That was the question. You just suppose the third number as some x. If the third number is some x, then the first number is 20% more than the third number. So the first number is 120% of the third number. And the second number is 150% of the third number. So on simplifying this, 0% of percent of x will get cancelled. 0 also get cancelled. And divide with 3, you get it as 4 is to 5. Your answer is also 4 is to 5. Okay. There ends 48. Coming to 49, see, it is mentioned that one type of liquid contains 20% water and the second type of liquid contains 35% water. A glass is filled with 10 parts of the first liquid and 4 parts of the second liquid. The percentage of water in the new mixture in the glass we need to calculate. The percentage of water in the new mixture in the glass we need to calculate. Okay. See, first liquid is taken by 10 parts out of the total 14 parts. So water from the first type of liquid is 10 by 14 into 20%. Then water from the second type is 4 by 14 into 35%. On simplifying this, you will get the total percentage of water in the resulting mixture. Okay, there ends 49. Whereas coming to 50. Okay, one says, give me 100 friend, I shall then become twice as you, the other replies. If you give me 10, I shall be 6 times as rich as you. Find the amount of their capitals. You just take the amounts as some x and y. As per the problem, If the second person gives 100 rupees to the first person, then the amount is x plus 100 and y minus 100. As per the first statement, this amount is equals to 2 times of the y minus 100. And in the second case, if the first person is giving 10 rupees to the second person, in this case, the amount with the second person is 6 times of the amount with the first person. Solving these two linear equations to get the values of x and y results to the solution. Okay, then ends the problem. Whereas coming to the 51st problem. How many bricks, each of dimensions 30 centimeters into 15 centimeters into 10 centimeters, will be required to construct a wall of 9 meters long, 6 meters high, and 40 centimeters thickness? Okay, the number of bricks required is nothing but the volume of the wall divided by the volume of the brick. Whereas the volume of the wall is given as 9 meters is 900, 6 meters is 600 into 40 divided by the volume of the brick can be given by 30 into 15 into 10. Okay, this simplification results to 4800. So the number of bricks required to construct the wall are 4800. Okay, then coming to 52nd problem. For the 52nd problem, it is given that at a party, everyone shook hands with everyone else. It was found that 66 handshakes were exchanged. The number of persons who attended that party was. If you suppose the number of persons attended for the party is n, then the number of handshakes will be calculated by the rule that n into n minus 1 by 2, which is given as 66. Okay, then n into n minus 1 is equals to 132. This 132 can be expressed as 12 into 11, so n is equals to 12. So totally 12 persons attend for the party. Okay, then coming to 53rd. If the selling price of 5 articles is same as the cost price of 3 articles, then find the percentage of gain or loss. Selling price of some x articles is equals to the cost price of y articles. The difference is to be taken as 2 divided by the number of articles at the selling price will give us the profit percentage. Okay, which is nothing but 40%. Then coming to 54th problem. If the price of potato falls by 20%, by what percentage a man can increase his consumption of potato so that his expenses on potato remains the same? Since the cost is increased, the price is increased by 20%, we need the price is reduced by 20%, we need to increase the consumption so that the expenditure fixed remains to be fixed. Okay, these type of problems can be calculated by the direct logic that x by 100 minus x into 100. Here x is 20 as the price is fallen by 20. So 20 by 80 into 100, which is nothing but 25%. Okay, since the price is fallen by 20%, we can increase our consumption by 25% to maintain the same constant expenditure. Coming to 55th problem. A certain number of men can do a work in 80 days. If there were 16 men less, it could be finished in 10 days more. How many men are there initially? You just suppose initial number of men are some x, they will complete the work in 80 days. If the number of men are decreased by 14, then they will take 10 days more. That means 80 plus 10, 90 days. Okay, we have to solve that one. 80x, 90x, the difference is 10x is equals to 14 into 90. 10 get cancelled, x is equals to 126. So initially the number of men are 126. Okay. Then 56 to 60, we have the questions from the equations. There we need to calculate the values of x and y, and then we need to compare. Coming to the 56th one, the first statement is given that x is equals to square root of 10 into square root of 10 into square root of 10, like that. If you remove 1 root 10, the remaining term also appears like x. So that is equals to x is equals to root 10x. Square it on both sides. X square is equals to 10x. See, if you simplify, you will get that x is equals to 0 or 10. So 0 is neglected, 10 is considered. Okay. Whereas coming to the second case, y is equals to square root of 30 plus square root of 30 plus and so on. If you remove 1 root 30, the remaining term also appears like y. So y is equals to square root of 30 plus y. So square on both sides. Y square is equals to 30 plus y. Y square minus y is equals to 30. Express it like y into y minus 1, and this as 6 into 5. So clearly the value of y is 6. X is 10, y is 6. So x greater than y is the comparison. Okay, there ends 56. Coming to 57. The first one is x power 7 is equals to 78125. So that was 5 power 7. So x is equals to 5. And y is equals to 18 cube. That means y is 18. So x less than y is the answer. For the 58th problem, we need to solve the given linear equations. From there you conclude that x is equals to y. So option E is your answer. Okay. And then for 59th problem, the first statement is given like this. For the 59th problem, the first statement is x square minus 25 is equals to 0. This can be expressed like x plus 5 into x minus 5 is equals to 0, and the values of x are plus 5 or minus 5. Whereas the second equation is y square plus 3y is equals to 0. Y of y plus 3 is equals to 0, and the values of y are 0 comma minus 3. While coming to the comparison, if you took minus 5, that was less than 0. If you took plus 5, that was greater than 0. So one value of x is less than y and one value of x is greater than y. So we can't establish the relation between those two. Okay. Similarly, we can solve 60th problem also. And from 61 to 65, already we discussed as the series questions. And from 66 to 70, those 5 questions are from the approximations. And by the usual ways of addition, multiplication, and by the approximations, we can solve those things. Okay. Then from 71 to 75, we need to answer the questions by the following tabular data. The table is indicating the factory was opened in 1994 with certain initial strengths in different units as shown in the table. At the beginning of the subsequent years, some of the workers left and some new workers were joined. No worker left or joined in between them. Details are given below. Study it carefully and answer the questions. Okay. See, in the table, 5 units A, B, C, D, E. In each unit, the number of workers at 1994 was given. And for the subsequent years from 95 to 2000, every year certain number of workers leave the job and certain number of workers join the job. Okay, as per the details we can solve it. Coming to the 71st problem. It is given that what was the strength of unit B in 1998? Strength of unit B in 1998. Unit B means second column. Initially the strength is 132 plus in 1995 what happens? 23 persons. Okay. 23 persons left and 32% joined. Then coming to 96, 16% left and 14% joined. Okay, and for the next year, 12 persons left and 12% joined. And for 1998, 14% left and 12% joined. Now we need to calculate the total strength, which is nothing but 132 plus 32 minus 23 is 9. Okay, and then minus 16 plus 14 is minus 2. That was 0. That was plus 3. 3 minus 2 is 1. 1 plus 9 is 10. And the total value is 142. So the strength is 142. Okay. Then coming to 72. In 1999, the strength of workers was maximum in which unit? Okay. Like we calculated the strength in 1998 for unit B. Similarly, we need to calculate the strength for all the units in 1999. So then we need to select them unit containing maximum strength, which is nothing but unit A. Okay. And coming to 73rd, the strength of the workers in unit C in 1996 is approximately what percent of the strength in unit E in 1997? Okay. Coming to the 73rd problem. Okay. Unit C in 1996. Unit C in 1996. Initial strength is 98. Okay. In 95, what happens? In 95, 12 persons left and 36% joined. So we need to add 24. In 96, what happened? 8% left and 19% joined. We need to add 11. This is the strength of unit C in 1996. Coming to the strength of unit E in 1997. So initial strength is 125 and then plus 2 plus 4 minus 3. Okay. Into 100 will give us the required percentage. Okay. That was 73. Right. Whereas coming to 74. What was this total strength of the workers in all the 5 units in 1996? Okay, we need to calculate the strength of all the units in 1996 and we need to add all those values. From there you will get your option as 670. Okay, coming to 75th problem. What was the approximate increase in the strength of the workers in unit D in 1998? Okay, see unit D in 1998. Okay, can be calculated by, see, it is increased by initial strength is 76. For unit D, it was initial strength is 76. And in the first year, 20% joined. Next year, 11. Next year, 7. Next year, 11. totally 49% increased anamata. The increase in the value is 49. You need to compare this 49 with the initial value to get the required percentage. Okay, there is the problem. And from 76 to 80, we need to answer the questions from the given pie diagram. The pie diagram is indicating the cost required for the cost of paper, printing, binding, miscellaneous, and for the royalty as a percentage regarding the pie diagram. Okay, see, we know that in a pie diagram, the angle at the center is 360 degrees. Okay, for the 76th, what is the angle of the pie chart showing the expenditure incurred on royalty? See, total angle is 360 degrees, so 100% is corresponds to 360 degrees. Royalty represents the last value e, which is nothing but 15%. So we need to calculate 15% of 360. 15 by 100 into 360 will give us the required answer. Okay, whereas for the 77, the market price of the book is 20% more than the cost price. If you took the cost price as some x, 120% of x is equals to 25. Okay, so since 120% of x is 25, then 20. The market price is given as 30, not 25. It is given as 30. 120% means 120 by 100. 120 by 100 means 26, and then 25 into x is equals to 30. And then you will get that x is equals to 25. So the cost price is 25. Since the cost price of the book is 25, what is the cost of the paper used in a single copy? Cost of the paper is mentioned as 20%. So 20% of this 25 is the cost used for a single copy. 20% of 25 is 5, and that 5 is your answer. Okay. Then coming to 78. Okay, which two expenditures together will form an angle of 108 degrees at the center? Okay, 100% is corresponds to 360 degrees. We need to get 108 degrees. Okay, then 10% is corresponds to 36 degrees. Okay, 30% is corresponds to 108 degrees. So ఏ టూ వాల్యూస్ని ఎడిషన్ చేస్తే 30% వస్తుందో మనం అబ్జర్వ్ చేయాలి. From the options, if you check for A and D, if you add, it was 30%. So your answer is option C, A and D. Okay. Then coming to 79, the similar type. If the difference between the two expenditures are represented by 18 degrees, 36 degrees is 10%, 18 degrees is 5%. ఏ టూ వాల్యూస్ మధ్యలో డిఫరెన్స్ 5% ఉందో ఆ పేరు మనం సెలెక్ట్ చేయాల్సి ఉంటుంది. ఓకే. Then coming to 80th problem, it is given that the ratio between the cost of printing and the binding. Cost of printing is corresponds to 25%, whereas the cost of binding is corresponds to 30%. So we need to calculate the ratio between 25 and 30, which is nothing but 5:6. Okay, there ends. This is the explanation for the assistance mains 5. Thank you.